You are a new project manager. Your sponsors and stakeholders are asking for the status report of your project, but you don't know how to make a status report. So this video is for you. We're going to show you how to make a project status report. By the way, if you don't know me, my name is Nazmul. I'm a PMP certified project manager with over a decade of experience. Currently, I'm a vice president at Citi. So let's start it. Before showing it to you how exactly to write a status report, let me quickly give you an introduction on what is a project status report. Simply, project status report is a material which you convey the current status of your project to your sponsor and to your stakeholders. With that, you give a high-level summary of where do we currently standing. So why is project status important? There are several reasons. One is it creates transparency and visibility for your stakeholders. Secondly, it helps informed decision making. The sponsor knows the status and sponsors and managers can help you to make right decision. It also creates accountability. It clearly shows that what has been accomplished and by whom. It keeps the team focused and accountable for their tasks. In addition to that, it helps you to do a better risk management and keep your sponsors and stakeholders aligned on the same page. Now the question is, how frequently you should create a project status report? It depends on your stakeholders and sponsor. If they want weekly, you send weekly. If they want monthly, you give them on monthly basis. Now let's see how to make a simplified but powerful project status report. I would suggest don't complicate your project status report and don't make it too big. Most of the time they don't have time to read all the updates. So you want to put the most important stuff in your status report, which help keep the stakeholder and sponsor aligned on the same page. So let's look at this report that I have created for you. It's a dummy project status report I have just created. Let's see the element. First we have date. Why do we need to put date? Because the date shows that when this report was created. So it shows that is it the latest status or it's an old status report. So today's date is 29th September. So we put it 29th September. Then you put project name. Maybe you can put the project ID and then you put the name, let's say the Parkside Professional Plaza Project. It's an office building project. Then you put the sponsor name, you put the project manager name, then you put the overall RAG status of your project. What does RAG status mean? RAG stands for red, amber, and green. What does it mean? Red means your project has a major issue which is threatening your timeline or the budget. Amber means you have a smaller risk and it's still manageable. And green means your project is on track and you are going to deliver on time within budget. Then next step is project objective. Question is, why do you need to keep the project objective here? Again, to keep everybody aligned, because some people may forget that what was the objective of this project. You put a smart objective in here. What is it? To construct a 2-story office building at 101 Main Street by December 15, 2020, let's say 2026. Then here you put the summary status. The goal of this summary status is to describe the overall status of the project. So let's read it. Overall project progress is at 30%, so it shows how much has been completed. Then you put the RAG status and it's saying just aligning the project schedule and this week what we have completed and what is the next step. So briefly you convey the message that what has been completed, where we are standing and what is the next step. Then here you can show visually that what is your milestone progress. Let's say you have 3 milestones. Foundation completed, building shell completed, then interior fit out completed. And here I have made it green colored, which means we have reached at this milestone, we completed the foundation. And the next step is building shell completion. That's the next milestone we are looking at. And then finally, we want to complete the interior fit out. That's, let's say, December 2026. Maybe you can put here January 2025. Next, come to this table. where we put the deliverables. What has been completed, what are the upcoming deliverables. So in this case, we have completed geotechnical report and site survey and structural foundation. If you want, you can also put owner name here. This shows that who has completed the work. You can also put the owner name here, and putting owner name is helpful because if they have sponsor or anybody has questions, they can reach out to them, and also it keeps the owner of the deliverable accountable. By the way, you can also put a date here that when this deliverable will be completed or what is the target date to complete that. Then here it comes finance, like cost management. Let's say your budget was 20 million and let's say currently you spent 5 million. And what is your current forecast? It means that initially your budget was 20 million, but right now do you still think that you can complete the project within 20 million? If that's the case, let's say still 20 million, then you have zero variance, you're good to go. But let's say currently if you are thinking that no, it will not be possible to complete in 20 million, and let's say you need 21 million. So you have a variance of 1 million. So you need $1 million more. It gives the message to the sponsor that they need to invest more money. Now finally, risk. If your project has any risks, you mention it here to highlight to the sponsor so that they are aware that if the risk materializes and it turns to be an issue, then what will be the impact, so they know it and it does not become a surprise to them. What is the risk? We said a late steel delivery will stop all work. Now, what's the mitigation strategy? Because a sponsor doesn't just want to see a risk. They have given you this responsibility that you manage the project. So you take the ownership. So you work with the relevant stakeholders and find out the mitigation strategy. So what's your mitigation strategy? For example, here, order it early, have a backup company supplier. The original supplier cannot provide it, the backup can do it, and check it on every week, which means you check with the original supplier every week to make sure the delivery comes in right time. So that's a high level simplified project status report. If your status report contains these pieces of information, then you are good to go. This will be sufficient for most of the cases, but sometimes some sponsors prefer detailed report. In that case, you will give detailed report, or your sponsor may have, or your stakeholders may have specific requirements that, hey, I want this and these things presented in the status report. So you will modify it accordingly. How will you know that what your sponsor wants? Either you work with your sponsor, ask them, or you ask your colleagues who have previously worked with the sponsor and learn their preferences. In most of the cases, your organization will have their own template for project status reporting. So if that's the case, then use your internal templates for project reporting. So subscribe if this video was useful. See you in the next video. Thank you.